So, yesterday, you had to do an exercise which focuses on expressing preferences, and I've suggested three types of structures you can use to express preferences. What is a preference? A preference is when you want to tell someone what you like or what you like better than something else. The three structures I've suggested are to prefer, would rather, and had better. The first one is commonly used in English. To prefer is a verb we use to express something we like and something we like better than something else. What is important with to prefer? Prefer is always used combined with an ing form. For instance, I would prefer buying a car to buying a bike. So every time you use prefer and you want to add another verb, use the ing form. When you want to compare two different types, use the word to. I prefer vegetables to fruit, for instance. The second structure, would rather, is when you compare two things as well. I would rather have a coffee than tea. I would rather eat spaghetti than rice, and so on. So when you compare two things, use the word than instead of to for would rather. Always use a bare infinitive after would rather. I would rather buy this than that. Bare infinitive means the verb, like to go, to buy, to do, and so on, but skip the to. So it just becomes be, go, buy, and so on. Same thing for had better. We use had better to give advice. You had better buy a sweater because it's really cold outside. The weird thing with had better is that we always think we use the past perfect. For instance, he had better known to do that, but it's not a past perfect. The thing is, you have to use had better plus a bare infinitive. For instance, you had better study for the exam a bit more. It's not about the past, it's about giving advice, and always use the bare infinitive after had better when we use it as a structure to express preferences. So for this exercise right here, you only had to use to, for instance, to traveling or to have, in case you used the verb to prefer. If, for instance, I had rather, I would rather go in December, then never use to in your sentence. For instance, here we can use to because it's I prefer. I prefer traveling by bus to traveling by train, for instance. Here we use the to compare the bus and the train because we use the verb to prefer. Same for the first one. I prefer brown sugar to white sugar. Some people might also say I prefer brown sugar over white sugar, which is grammatically incorrect, but it's correct by way of having a conversation. Doesn't really matter. Okay, if there are any questions about expressing preferences, just let me know, and I wish you good luck with studying for your exams.